How dare you enjoy eating things, Chase? You satanic bastard.
Only thing I enjoy eating is...
Shut up.
Only thing I enjoy is chewing tobacco.
You know
I
that-
take a big lump of it and eat the entire thing.
You know the Barack Obama thing where he's like, I could use some ribs. Pussy too.
Gotta have them ribs. And pussy too.
My fellow Americans, I love pussy.
What? You don't like hearing people?
I like hearing it twice.
I love
You
hearing
don't.
it
You
twice.
gotta love that echo,
So
baby.
nice you have to hear it twice. Hey!
Like pussy. That's right.
What's up, everybody? It's me, Muksama, your host. Followed by the other host, Smuggy. Followed by the third host, Riley. He doesn't have a cool name.
I don't have a cool name. Those don't exist. They're not real.
My names are real. Our names are real.
That's right. My name, it's fake. It's actually a code name.
The
They haven't figured out my activation phrase yet.
Activation phrase.
ZQ.
Adrenochrome. Adrenochrome.
It's a guns down chase. That should be a bit one day. We gotta do a live show if this ever gets big, and
Yeah.
we gotta find a theater that's really cool with me pulling out a gun that fires blanks and shooting it at you several times.
Yeah, we gotta find a theater that's really cool with Alec Baldwin.
Yeah, we gotta find a theater that's really cool with like Maxie being rigged up with squibs and they go off halfway through the show, and
Yeah.
then me and you dive down shouting, "There's a sniper in the rafter! There's a sniper in the rafters!"
It's like,
you gotta be really cool with some really fucked up bits, Mr. Theater Man.
everybody starts to run. Run! This is a bit! Run! I'm not this is a bit! It's
Local
a sniper."
podcast trio goes to jail forever for starting a stampede.
Yeah.
Travis Scott, Astro World 2.
3 people trampled in a tragic accident at a local theater of podcasters.
Christ.
This is a good This is a great.
This is a
great
fantastic intro. We're in it. We're on all cylinders, baby.
Well,
Let's
we can
go.
play Get Down, Mr. President. You know the game?
Get down, Mr. President. You got to
Yeah.
dive out of the way, or
No. So you
Okay,
take
okay.
3 people.
Uh huh.
Here, hold the mic.
Yeah. Hello.
And then you go like this. And the last one to do it. Go ahead, Maxie. Hey, I know you have a really great conversation going on, but we're trying to do work here.
I'm so sorry.
So Max is the last one. So you do this. If he's the last one,
Mhm.
then either you or me has to go like this. Get down, Mr. President, and tackle them, no matter what the situation is or how dangerous it could be.
That would be awful. And you move the entire couch, and now it's.
Oh no, not the couch.
Oh no, it's
Oh, no.
slightly off center. How dare you?
Oh no, the feng shui is ruined. Do you
Oh,
guys
man,
know
you're
anything
right.
about feng shui?
No, I only know about the.
It's a D6 system.
No. Not the.
It's the action movie role playing system. I know that there is a survival game about feng shui.
No, so feng
it's
shui
awful.
is just like the movement or the energy of a room.
Yeah, based on the colors and
Okay,
the.
hold on. Are you being sarcastic right now?
To you?
To the community that believes in feng shui?
Never.
Okay, good. Because otherwise, you might be like labeled something.
A bunch of
I
Shaolin
don't
monks are
know.
going to break
Yeah.
into your house and beat you with staffs, like in Game of Death.
Feng
No,
shui.
Hand of Death.
Feng shui, in more like modern terms, is like if you walk into a room, let's say you always go a certain way, that way now has an energy about it.
Yeah.
So if you randomly put like a coffee table right here, right,
Mhm.
it would be in the way of getting to that chair,
Yeah,
and that would ruin the feng shui of the room.
the spiritual flow has been interrupted.
Exactly.
It can now get hotter or colder.
Well, and it's about practicality, I think,
Yeah,
is the
that too.
main in normal modern day practice. And a non-religious practice, I think it's just like, the
functionality.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly. Wow, almost the
Same
feng
brand, baby.
shui-ality.
The flow of ki.
I'll be back all week, baby. I'll be back all week. Put me in.
No respect. No respect.
I like it. You guys want to talk about trans people?
I mean,
sounds
I don't know.
That sounds like I'm
I'd
getting
have
ready
to have
go
some
on a
sort
rant.
of peripheral at hand to really be able to speak on the trans issues.
Damn trans.
You see, I think The only way to talk about trans people is to put on my special hat and to be ready to tackle the gender ideology head on.
When did he get that hat?
He had that hat.
The whole time?
The whole time?
No, he didn't have that hat on. You're
No,
lying.
on.
Where was it?
I don't know.
That's right. The ways I secret hats into the room is mysterious to everybody, even Maxie.
Wow.
The sharpest eyes among us.
Ooh.
Maxie's got
They're
the
elven
Shinigami
eyes.
eyes.
Yeah, remember the callback?
Yeah.
Shinigami Eyes episode where you talked
You
about
remember?
Shinigami Eyes?
You remember that? The eyes
my
that
God,
tell if somebody's trans or not. Or
Yeah,
like if they're
yeah,
for
shit,
trans
yeah,
people
exactly.
or not. Trans ally or not. Not
Yeah,
trans.
exactly.
That's more like clocking at that point.
Yeah, that you're just basically
Yeah.
attempting to use your gaydar skills or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't remember this, man. I'm so
You
That's
don't remember
okay.
the
Don't
green
worry about it.
eyes?
No, yeah, everybody was
Red-eyed.
like, yeah, we're trying to figure out if all of our favorite celebrities are
Yeah.
secretly Death Eaters or something.
Yeah, what's iDubbbz? Is he a trans ally? I had you look that up.
Yeah.
Things
you
like
know.
that.
It's so long ago. I just do not remember.
You know how long it's been? It's been 9 weeks.
Hell yeah. I love the passage of time.
Yeah. I mean, well, right now it hasn't been 9 weeks, but it will be 9 weeks
Give me a.
next week.
Yeah, I still have to finish painting all those miniatures for a future project.
Yeah. Yeah, a
Yeah.
future project.
Future project, TM.
Has nothing to do with here.
A future project.
Yeah, look out for the next skit. It'll be me interviewing Riley and Smuggy as Nardwar. I wish we could if we could get Nardwar on the if we could
I
get-
wouldn't want that. He would probably be able to read my mind and confront me about like a traffic
No.
violation that I committed in 2007 or something.
Whoa, this is so weird. I'm getting deja vu very hard. I've dreamed of this actual moment that we're talking about right now.
Well, do you have
You didn't have the John Money hat on.
the John Money hat? No,
But-
sorry. Yeah.
Wow. This is weird. I actually feel really weird now. You know, when you've dreamed of something and it happened in your dream, and then you wake up and it happens in real life like a year later? I'm getting that.
I don't.
Brain of many possibilities, huh?
Yeah, exactly. You've tapped into the various time streams. The chi has shifted for
have
you
you
to
ever-
see the future.
What are some notable ones where you got deja vu?
Oh, me and my girlfriend. I had deja vu that we went up on a trip to Vermont like 3 years before I met her. And then when I went to Vermont on a trip with her, I remembered when we were in Vermont at the Airbnb, I said, "What the f***? I had a dream about this like 3 years ago." No lie. And then she was like, "I was in it?" And I was like, "Yeah, but like I didn't know you 3 years ago." Well, we also have this thing too where our schools were kind of interconnected in a certain way. So like she went to like football games at the school I was at when we were in high school, so I might have actually seen her. And like
The chi flow of the feng shui has
I-
reached you.
I don't know. Look, dude,
It's interconnected.
I'm not trying to talk my shit right now, but I just think I'm the main character, honestly.
My
No.
life a movie.
Yeah, my life, dude. It's gonna be a movie tonight, for real, for real.
For real, for real.
Are you ready for the? Have you ever met people who say that it's gonna be a movie tonight?
No.
No, I've never.
That's what they say before
I'm 30
taking.
years old.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's
That's true.
what they say before taking hard drugs and
Yeah, before taking 2 shots of alcohol and then passing out in their friend's tub.
taking 2 shots of alcohol.
It's gonna be a
vomiting,
movie tonight, bro.
and then vomiting all over the Uber
Do
Eats.
you remember?
Oh, I remember.
You remember what I'm talking
I
about?
remember.
Oh my
Sucked.
god, that was funny.
I'm like, he should have just died.
Say that again.
Oh, I said he should have just died.
Yeah. Can I go into the story and then we
No,
can
yeah,
talk
go
about-
for
is
it.
that- I don't mean to.
No,
you know,
listen.
I know
The
you
hat
came-
stays on during.
I know you like magically appeared. And there should be like a magic twirl.
My magic powers will never fade. Chase, tell the story.
Come out of the ground. And then
Yeah, like a little
Yeah.
treasure chest from Legend of Zelda opens, and suddenly I've got the hat on.
Right?
No.
Close enough.
Dun 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 dun. Dun.
Yeah.
No, the Wind Waker one.
Oh,
That wasn't even close to what you did.
I don't
Mine
know.
was like basically it.
whatever, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Tell the story.
Fake gamer.
it was a Christmas party, right? It was a Christmas party, I think, because they were dressed as an elf.
Were they?
Yeah, they had like an elf
Well, I guess I
costume
couldn't
on.
tell because he was in the tub.
Well, yeah, and also I had to strip him naked.
Oh.
Yeah, so I had a friend a long while ago. God, there's so much to this story. I don't even remember it. Holy shit.
There's too much. It's all hitting you at the same time in waves.
I had a friend, and we weren't on the best terms at this point. He just did some messed up things. And personally, just some messed up things. And this guy comes over to my house.
Mhm.
I'm not there.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a Christmas party going on of my family at my house.
Oh.
And I'm not there because I don't live in that house. So I was showing up later.
Yeah, yeah.
He shows up and he is blackout drunk at like 6 p.m. Showed up drunk. And I said, why is he here? Why are all my other friend, who I am friends with still to this day,
Mhm.
very nice person, and his girlfriend at the time, do not like her. Not a nice person. And she's one of those people that are like, how can you be poor? Just buy a house. Like, unironically.
Oh God.
Yeah, so-
why don't they just buy more money? Like just purchase
get a
more
job.
money.
Just get a job already.
What do you mean you don't make enough at your job? Just get a job that makes you more money.
Listen, just go to the job store and buy a better job.
My dad makes like 250,000 a year. I mean, like, I guess.
I mean,
that's
just
enough.
get a car dealership, just like my dad.
I guess that's enough if you're
Like,
like.
start selling ski-doos, poor people.
My yacht.
But anyway, so this, you have a mixed match of this group. You have a nice guy that I like who's still friends with me today, and I like him a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Some would argue my best friend. But then you have the other guy, who's-
Random shithead.
Yeah, just a piece of shit, just a piece of work.
Yeah.
And he shows
Yeah.
up to the party, and he's like blackout drunk. And I show up as he's in my house, and he's like, "Man, I don't feel so good, man. Yeah, I don't feel good at all. Okay, I love you, man. I like, just typical drunk, obnoxious drunk shit.
Yeah.
That
yeah.
like at a certain age, you just leave them and like you just call an ambulance. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you're just like, okay,
Like-
you need to. Here's a picture of water and like some
Yeah,
like
you-
fucking Cheetos or
you
whatever.
like push them
need
on
to,
their side and Velcro them down.
Yeah, you
good
need
luck.
to get done with it.
Yeah, well, I bring him out to my bathroom because he says he doesn't feel good. I put him in the bathroom. My friends and I walk into my room, and they go, "Man, we didn't know what to do." And he said he wanted to come here, and we don't know what to do with him. We can't take him back to his parents. Can't take him here, so we just took him here, and hopefully he could stay here and just cool off. I was like, "Yeah, whatever. I don't care as long as he's just okay."
Mm-hmm.
We don't hear anything in the bathroom for a little bit. So I'm like, oh my God, this dude like threw up on his vomit. He's dead.
He's choking
you
on his
know?
vomit or something like that. Yeah.
He threw up and is choking on his vomit. Yeah, he threw up on his vomit. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
you
get
know.
what I'm saying.
Recursive vomit. That's how it goes.
And I opened the door, unlocked the door, and
Yeah.
opened the door, and he pissed on my floor. He's laying in a puddle of piss on my bathroom floor. The tub is right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean that you could at least wash out the tub, but that's
But Riley, did I do anything that a good person wouldn't do? No, I helped him. I helped him get up. I helped him get his clothes off, put him in the tub. I washed him off. What does he do? He keeps fucking throwing up. And I'm like, yeah, you're like not good right now.
yeah. You need to
Like you need to go.
absolutely not need to be here right now.
And this whole thing's going on during my family Christmas party.
Yeah. That's like, oh wow, fuck. You've just like
Uninvited.
barged in. Yeah, uninvited.
And then I get the only thing I get from this is like a day later, he's like, "Thanks so much, man, for helping me out." And I'm like, yeah, it's
Thanks so much for not letting me die in a puddle of my own piss in your bathroom,
yeah.
brother.
I'm like, hey man,
It's doing great, my man. I'm feeling fantastic.
yeah. I said, whatever, man. It's
My
cool.
life a movie.
My life.
My life a movie. Specifically,
Life's gonna be a movie tonight.
yeah, my pissing and shitting and
Drown-
vomiting everywhere.
drown
My
in a
life a
pit-
movie.
in a puddle of your own piss.
Specifically, Requiem for the
Do you
Dream.
remember this, Maxie? What was this day like for you?
All I remember is it's like 9 p.m. Right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
like he's in the tub still, and I'm like, why is he in the tub naked? I'm like, because I don't remember what I don't think it was it Christmas.
Yeah, it was a Christmas party. It wasn't Christmas, but it was about to be.
No, I probably woke up, right?
Yeah.
I probably woke up at like 7 and like you're all huddling and like making noise in the bathroom. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? And I see in there. I'm like, okay, I don't care anymore. And then I go and play video games.
You just dead named them. I mean, not dead named. Sorry, that's for trans people. We were talking about trans people,
my bad.
but
Trans
you just
people on the brain.
you just name dropped them. That's what it's
Name
called.
dropped.
Not dead named. My brain's
Dead
mush.
dropped. No, that's a different thing. Shit.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'll just bleep it. Yeah, I'll just make sure.
You guys will never.
I-
You'll never know who I said. You'll never know who it was because
You'll never figure it out. You
Yeah.
have to do like Hal inside of that one movie, the Spaceman movie that Among Us ripped off. That's right. You'll have to figure it out through lip reading.
Look
Read
at me.
lips.
Here we go. Ready? Here's his name.
Did you get that?
I'll do it one more time. All right. If you get the name, that's not on me anymore.
Yeah, exactly. That's you.
That's on. If
You got
cared-
all the
you cared
information
enough
right
to know
there.
that.
This
I don't-
podcast will self-destruct in 10 seconds.
I don't know. This dude's so grimy. It's just a weird thing to do. Like, it's not even like you're an alcoholic or you're a binge drinker and you did this. It's just like you're just a shithead. You know, like that. Oh, what is this?
Do you want to know
Oh,
what do you want to know what kind of story I can follow that one up with?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's
kind of-
another old house story, baby.
Oh,
A classic.
no.
I got a million of these inside of the little wardrobe. This one's one of my favorites. And by my favorites, I mean the worst story.
Hey, yeah, thanks everybody for watching up to this point. I feel like I'm gonna have to do this a lot, but we're gonna skip this part. Riley, after thinking about it, Riley was like, yeah, I don't want to tell that story. And he told the story in person, and I know it, and it's a really good story, but you'll never hear it. So we're gonna move on to the next bit. Thanks. See you. Bye. Yeah, I can't handle a house where you can't walk through it. You know what I mean?
The cats are living with my parents now
Ooh, kitty.
because Trash Cat died.
Oh.
The yellow one.
Oh.
And then the other two are still alive, though. I miss Philip. He's a good cat.
I call my cat Trash Kitty because he loves sitting in bags and on stinky things. You know,
A classic.
Yeah.
Classic.
they're like,
Cats love smells.
yeah.
It's true. They're weird little guys.
Cats love sniffing feet too. You notice that?
Hey, so let's talk about trans people.
Feet, trans people, basically the same thing.
Closer than you think.
Closer than you'd think.
You might think these are different.
They're actually not.
What's the difference between these two images? And it's just the dude sucking toes in the car. That's right.
Yo, that guy eating, and then it switches
Did he
over
show
to
you
like
the video?
Dylan Mulvaney. No, I don't want to see
okay,
the
okay.
video.
Show him the video. Come on, show him the
Don't.
video. Come on,
Oh,
show him the
gosh.
video. We won't show the viewer, but we'll show the
Well,
video.
I'm sure the
Riley.
viewer can find the video
Just
of a
look
guy.
up toe sucking in car. It will be like the first
You're
result.
going to
It's gotta
get
be
like
the first
70
result.
really fucked up, unrelated one. Wow.
Oh, yeah, they
God.
covered it too. They covered it too. Yeah.
I don't want to.
Dude's eating toes in the car, dude.
Dude, can I watch it again? Oh, my
It's like in it's like in a panel van
Dude,
too.
look at that. Oh my god, dude. Imagine
He looks
getting
like
your
he's in a
toes-
panel van.
Imagine getting your toes sucked off like that
In a
middle of
panel van.
In the middle of the day with people around.
Bro, he's eating it like a corn cob.
Oh my
People
god.
be wild.
Yeah, people really are wild. It's crazy how we don't have like a whole militia against people with foot fetishes, but we have a whole like, you know, the entire Republican Party is against trans people and gay people.
That's
you know?
right. Are you a person with a beard putting on makeup? It is a fatwa against a makeup company now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's weird how like I'm gonna put my family on blast. I got relatives who I was talking to them about sports. You know, big surprise. Me talking about sports.
Ooh.
That's like
Philadelphia Eagles,
it's like a
number
mechanic
one.
talking about cars. Am I right? Anyway, yeah, I hate myself.
5-0.
Yeah,
You're nobody.
it's true. But
You're never going to be like Tua Tagovailoa.
You will never be a sports
The-
ball.
that's so true.
That's true.
I
You're never going to get a million concussions.
I will never have CTE. What was I saying? God damn it!
You're saying about
Oh, yeah,
you're
yeah.
putting your family on blast.
Oh yeah, I put my
For sucking
family on
toes.
blast. Not for sucking toes.
You gotta
And-
let a dude suck some.
No, I don't even care if my family sucked on toes.
But if it was dad, I'd make fun of him.
I don't even want to think about it.
You know how he is when it's just anything that you know he'd fuck with you with? Like,
Yeah.
oh, you know I would never stop with the toe sucking
Yeah.
if I knew he did that shit. Hey, little toe sucker.
Knowing what your dad looks like,
Yeah.
this is the fucking most horrifying image ever.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Well, think about something
Your
else.
dad's thick ass
I'm
ass
trying
talking
so
about
hard.
Made me think about somebody else.
He goes like, you got some sweet toes, baby. Oh yeah, them some toes I'd like to suck.
You're killing me.
I'm dying.
Okay, all right, let's move.
You also into feet, Maxie?
hey, no,
Hey,
you
Maxie,
don't
after
do
I'm
it.
done with these feet, do you want to play EverQuest?
Yeah, I want to play.
No,
I want to grind on my hunter
Dad,
after
no.
being done with these toes.
No, Dad, no. I just want to play EverQuest.
You can't ever show your dad this episode.
No, this is gonna be the only episode my dad watches for sure.
You were gonna send him the clip specifically
No,
of this
but
moment.
I'm gonna put some of my family on blast. It's related to my dad.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
we were
yeah.
talking about sports, and two of my family members, my uncle and his wife, go.
The Bud Light guy.
Yeah, Bud Light guy,
Go on, yeah. Both of
a white Bud Light guy. He goes. He says something about sports, like complaining about like trans people playing in sports or something, and I'm like, you think there's much difference between like a guy and a girl, like I don't know, pitching, let's be honest,
Yeah, yeah.
like pitching in baseball. And then he's like, well yeah, men are just stronger, so they're going to throw faster. And I was like, I don't think that's what makes the ball go faster.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, you know,
like,
like
some of it is, but like
chromosome chooses how fast the ball is.
yeah, like I don't think it's like pure strength is why you throw a ball.
well, like there's a lot
faster.
of technique and conditioning that goes into
Yeah.
it, and a lot of it just kind of comes down to like
Also,
you
the
could
thing-
have
The
you-
thing that always comes up when you talk about like it's just fucking muscle mass, right? Like the difference between professional boxers or something like that is always weight class.
yeah,
Like
exactly.
this is like how we should be defining like difference between people is how much force they can put out. And then you tell someone that and they're like, nah, men just have an extra muscle compared to women.
Yeah, they just pretend like anatomy somehow is like insanely different between a man and a woman, when in all honesty it's like you're genetically built pretty much the same depending on how much testosterone you have compared to like, and that's just for body fat percentage. Like that's it. That's all it is.
yeah,
Like,
I mean, there's like a
estrogen
lot
and
that goes into just
testosterone.
like being good at something or being the ability
Yeah.
to like adapt to certain situations.
Also, to say this, you think motherfuckers are in the MLB because they throw fast balls?
Like
You think it's hard to hit a ball going 90 miles per hour, and that's the only reason it's hard?
They think there's an extra muscle in the body somewhere that they don't like. It's not the penis, obviously. They don't think it's the fucking
Yeah.
the dick muscle.
The dick muscle.
And it makes your arms swing.
Listen,
Yeah,
I got a nice screwball when I flex my
It's
cock.
like, they don't understand we don't understand, like, people do not understand the difference between men and women's muscle fiber and how much it actually, like, makes them stronger. And at the point, who the fuck cares?
Yeah.
Like
Like right now, there is a boxer who is a trans man.
Mm-hmm.
So previously was a woman, now is boxing as a trans man.
Mhm.
They are like 4-0, 5-0 right now. They are kicking men's ass in boxing. These professional boxers. And I don't know if you've ever boxed with anybody before. I've sparred a bit. I'm not like a professional boxer,
Yeah.
but I have sparred with people who professionally boxed. And let me tell you what. If you told me to go against them, I would be scared. If you told me to go against the man who's now 5-0, boxing against people that apparently they're genetically inferior to, I would be terrified. I would say, no, I'm not boxing that person. You're insane.
you're scared of losing,
Like-
to a trans person.
That is so true.
It's not
no,
like
I'm just
the-
scared of getting the shit beat out of me.
I think that like somebody made this joke a really long time ago that was like,
5-0
yeah, like
against
dude,
in professional boxing.
yeah, just breaking out is fucking nuts to actually, as a nuts start to get off to pretty much in any sport at all, let alone boxing. But like this old joke about like what transphobes think about like the human skeleton, the human muscle mass looks like, and it's like the picture of like the really old picture of like that somebody painted to make fun of Guild Wars 2, where it's like male orc and it's just giant monster, female orc and it's like a pornographic model tinted green,
That's good.
and it's like male skeleton, it's just got like a huge jaw, like massive shoulders, tiny little waist, and like tiny short stubby legs. Female skeleton, like massive like hips and like titty bones, basically. It's like, that's not how that works. You don't understand how biology works. You don't even understand how sports works. Like most sports, it doesn't fucking matter if you're a man or a woman, because it's like it's about like adapting and being useful at a position that you're at.
And also how f***ing big you are. Literally, like, baseball should be the prime example of you're playing a sport that it shouldn't f***ing matter how big you are, because you're just throwing a ball around a stupid field and hitting it. They don't take anybody under 6'1" now.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
the sheer amount of force you can put out into hit a ball or do whatever, or even just throw it fast, it's just an enormous thing.
and it also comes to like how far ahead, how crazy, how big, how like, I don't know, impressive or whatever that like conditioning has gotten in baseball in particular.
Well, like there's a guy right now in baseball who's like cracked. He's a Japanese player.
Yeah, so Otani.
What's his name?
I think it's I don't know his first name, but Otani I think is his last
Okay.
name. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember his name. But like, you think that guy compared to all the guys in
Shohei.
the league, right? Huh?
Shohei is his first name, I think. Shohei Otani, I think. I don't know. Don't
Google
remember.
it. Google. You Google,
Google
it.
it, I think.
You Google it.
Anyway,
But what I'm saying is like this dude is breaking through a rank of people who are at the top.
yeah.
Otani, yeah, he's breaking through at a rank that is like unprecedented in all history. And like, even if he's on drugs, this is unprecedented in all history. Like, even if he's roided out, like, and taking some mind pill, right? Like, this is insane. Which I'm not saying that. I don't think he's doing that.
No,
I think
he's probably just
completely
really
natural.
good at baseball.
But
like-
he's so good at it that
He's f***ing 6'4". Come on, like, this is just proving my point.
I mean, a lot of
he's
baseball,
gigantic.
like,
but
again,
everybody
that,
in
like,
baseball
that's how
is gigantic
baseball
too.
works.
Yeah, yeah.
What I'm saying is, you're not a small person, even when playing professional baseball.
Like-
the amount of competition that one could feasibly have that is fair, you have to be in with a like weight limit.
The thing
Yeah,
about
I agree.
Oh, sorry.
I agree to-
Like
no,
the thing
no,
about
no.
professional sports, there's a writer John Boyes made. It's basically that the consideration is everyone in professional sports. If you're seeing them in a major league, NBA, football, whatever they are the top like 1% of the 1% of
Yeah.
everyone who's ever fucking played that sport, right?
Yeah.
Even somebody who's like flip back of the baseball card statistics are dog shit, like Steve Jeltz and like some unknown motherfucker who historically sucked ass better than every other human being in the United States at playing baseball. He would smoke the out of you if you put him into like some schlub, right? You could never be as good as Steve Jeltz. And that guy sucks only because he's going up against the best of the best of the best of the best, the 1% of the 1% of every athlete who's ever played in that game. And he still got 6 years in that. And that's the thing about like trans people too. It's like these people might be good, but like they're still going against the best of the best of the best of the best.
Yeah.
They'll probably lose all the time.
Well,
And they have lost all the time.
also, what does it I'm sorry, but if we had like desegregated like sports, I would watch it way more often.
As long as you like most of the combat or contact shit into like weight classes, it really wouldn't matter.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, imagine Ronda Rousey against people in the same weight class, like when she was at her prime.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
probably
saying?
work.
Obviously, you only got like 3. And the thing about like combat sports is different. You only have like a certain amount of time that you will be good.
Yeah.
Because you will be in too many fights.
Yeah, you'll just be grounded down. Like the Floyd Mayweathers of the world are a rarity, effectively.
Like Floyd Mayweather's. That's another example. Somebody who's at the top of their class, at the top of the sport, and
he's like a certified fucking genius in the thing that he's
in
really
technical
good at.
boxing. Yeah,
Like
yeah,
absolutely a certified fucking genius.
I just think it's crazy to think that it like is somehow limited behind body mass. I'm bigger than Floyd Mayweather,
He would kill you.
and he would put me in the dirt.
Yeah.
I would never again, another person that I mean that with a lot of professionals, like pretty much every professional, I would never box against somebody who's something and
The funniest
It's
one
just
that I
insane.
remember was like the Conor McGregor versus Mayweather, and like Mayweather versus Logan Paul in particular,
Yeah.
where it's like both of these dudes are bigger than Floyd Mayweather, and Floyd Mayweather was never in any danger during either of those bouts at any goddamn time. You could have had those bouts go 30 rounds, and Floyd Mayweather would be in no fucking danger
Stamina's
whatsoever.
just so good too. Like compared to
and that's
everybody
kind of
else.
what it
Yeah.
is. It's there's no guarantee that just be bigger is going to necessarily mean that you're automatically going to win if you're fighting someone that just sucks ass, or even if like you break into the top 1% of the 1%. Let's say there's like tomorrow in the WNBA, like a trans woman breaks in out of like college and is on the Los Angeles Sparks or whatever the right? There's no guarantee that the Los Angeles Sparks are suddenly going to go on a tear, go like 80-0 or whatever the fuck, and make it to the WNBA finals.
Right. It's not like the Michael Jordan effect. It's like you're not going. And the only reason Michael Jordan was there was because he also had teammates that were already putting up numbers.
Yeah, and he was a very gifted defensive specialist in addition to being good at shooting.
Yeah.
My thing is just like always the thing with it too is like it's always people like invading other people's spaces. For what? For what? Why would they invade?
There's no
Why?
benefit.
No, there's no benefit. You're literally putting yourself in a worse position because you're pretending to be one.
It's QAnon brain, but for gender.
It's crazy.
But like on top of that too, there's no benefit, but like there's no guarantee you're even going to do good. Like so in the theory of I feel like these people have never interacted with the other sex. Like I feel like that's the case because
I don't think they've interacted with anybody. Like notoriously, a lot of transphobes just know fucking
but
nothing
there's
about the world.
There's normal. I mean, there's people that I've met that are like, you know, they grew up around people, they've had normal conversations their entire life, and somehow get into like the QAnon, or the conspiracy against trans people sphere, and it's like, dude, have you ever played against anybody in a Division I league of basketball, who's a woman? They will smoke you. You're not going to be like, oh, I'm a man. So
Even
now
if like
now
that, have you ever
my
like
layups are way better than hers?
Have you
I'm a
ever
man.
gone to gym and play like intramural basketball about somebody with that's actually on a team?
It doesn't make sense. There was literally a dude talking to the runner that one time that was like, oh, she has like XY chromosomes or something or
Castor
whatever.
Semia.
Yeah, they were saying that the testosterone just made them a better runner. I'm like, you're a idiot to think that they're just literally not lucky to be born that way. Like they.
I mean, Michael Phelps was born the way that he was, and no one's talking about stripping him of every fucking gold medal he's ever won.
Like, the testosterone levels in a normal male person vary from like extremely high to like barely having any, and it's like a medical condition, and they're still a man. Like, what does it mean?
I should also say that the thing that transphobes miss about like sports in particular, not just apart from the idiot brain invading spaces, vague anti-Semitism, dog whistly shit that they say all the fucking time.
I hate John Money invading sports.
The thing, yeah, exactly. The John Money raise aside, sports is not meritocratic.
No,
it just isn't. Like sometimes you're just born better than everybody else. Yeah. Sometimes you're Kobe Bryant, and sometimes you're Steve Jeltz. Sorry, that's just how that shit works. Sometimes you're just not going to be good at sports. Any child out there, there's a very good chance that you're just not going to be good at sports. Sorry, baby. That's the world. That's how it works. You're not going to be as good as somebody else.
You might get into the NBA, but you might never be LeBron James. You might never be Kobe Bryant.
You might just be a backbench filler.
You'll never be Westbrook. Just like dude's gigantic and can run faster than most.
You might not be athletes. Yao Ming. Sorry. Yeah, you know, who knows?
It just happens. Like, but like even saying this, like on this, or did you have another point?
No, just like that's it. Really, just the meritocratic nature of sports doesn't exist. Michael Phelps of the world exists. The Tom Brady's of the world that get to play football at a decent level well into their goddamn 40s. Sometimes that's not the norm. They exist though. Like genetic advantages always happen, and it's like, oh, this person has more testosterone than normal. What does that matter? They're a cis woman. They're born a woman. It's like, well, actually, technically, later it was found that they were intersex. Did they know? No, they didn't. And also, that doesn't matter still. Why would it matter? Oh, well, it matters because she won and beat a white lady, and that white lady went to the international court to get her thing stripped, and the Olympics complied despite losing their case in international court about 3 years later.
Like, I think it's so weird when people think about things in terms of winning and losing in a sport that they're not an active participant in. Like, they're just, like, you watch it, but you're not the one. Like, why are you so mad for somebody else losing when they don't give a fuck, like, at all? And hold on, let me say this before I give it to you, because it was in my brain. Yao Ming kind of looks like a cryptid, right? like just how lanky he is.
Yeah, really tall humans kind of look like that. Just in general, you know, Shaquille O'Neal when he was younger was like had really weird proportions too until he kind of filled out.
It's just so weird to me. He's so lanky, and it's like, oh, this would give me a nightmare if I didn't know it was like an actual person.
Yeah. I mean, that's like every tall. I mean, look at Colton.
Not true. Well, Colton.
That's my best friend. That's a freak of nature right there.
Hell yeah.
6'9".
Big boy.
Jesus Christ.
Big boy season.
Single ladies.
No, not single. Not single. I think I don't know.
I lied. I'm sorry.
I don't know. Reach out. Figure it out.
DMs. Anyway.
Yeah. And men. But I'm just, it's just weird that, like, for instance, I've felt this personally. Like, I've experienced this where I was playing basketball, and when I was in my teens, I was kind of ass. Mm-hmm. You know, I'd mess up dribbles when I'm running at full speed. I wouldn't be able to do layups correctly when I'm like booking it. You know, it was just hard. I didn't have the handle. When I got to my early 20s, I was playing basketball like 20, 21, 22, and I would play pickup games or whenever I could play. I was like, oh, I'm killing it now. I have like no problem with handling. Like, the only thing I have to worry about now is other people. And that became like a different game. Like, once you're so good at the skill now, you have to think like, okay, well, how do I play against people, not just against my own abilities and against people?
Yeah.
And then I played against somebody who is a basketball player for a D1 college. Mm-hmm. And I said, I will never be good at basketball. I just accepted it. Because this dude's flying through the air. And I think it's like with boxing, they tell you not to box if you don't have something to prove, because the moment you get in a professional fight, these people want to kill you. They're not looking to play the game at the best level. They're looking to win, and that's it. They don't care how hard they have to punch you. if you're not in it to win, do not do it because it's dangerous. And I felt like this was like basketball. When I got to that level, I was like, what the this guy's not even playing the game anymore. He's not only is he on a different level, he's like showing me that this is a different game.
Mm-hmm.
This is an entirely different skill set once you get past a certain point.
Yeah.
Because he's like when you get
It's the
into,
percentile, baby.
Yeah,
Like, that's
yeah.
what I'm saying. Like,
he's in the upper levels of chess where
yeah,
like you just have
he's
to,
in the upper 5% of all people who've ever played the game.
Yeah.
And once you get past that and you're in the top 1%, it's like that percent breaks down even further. But even the shittiest players in those top places, they're gonna.
because him against Westbrook, he would get smoked. And I'm saying that from somebody who's watched both of them play, not in person for Westbrook, but like he would get smoked, and I just know he would. Like I can feel it in my bones that he wouldn't be able to like. But you know, I don't want to just talk about like sports ball all day. But like it is weird that this is the same person, that uncle that said all that shit about trans people, said like, oh well, women are just different. They're not as strong as men. This and that. One doesn't have a kid playing sports right now. Grown ass man doesn't have a kid playing sports. Why the fuck do you care if there's a trans person playing in
Yeah.
intramural baseball?
Because that was their personality. Like it was growing up or whatever. And that was like there was and like we would never be as good as at basketball. Like yeah, we didn't play it, dipshit.
We're also not 6'5", so
Like we are very close to the ground.
Not meritocratic, baby.
yeah, like I'm saying, just inherent advantages when the game is vertical.
It was the epitome of like I'm living out my dream through my child
Yeah,
because of how defensive he was about it.
yeah, and there's one time when
It rubbed off on too because like got like a big fucking head and like yeah, pretty good at basketball. Who cares?
But
Don't work.
yeah, your legs don't work. But compared to the dude I played in D1, not even in the same, not even related. You know what I mean? Like they're getting the ball at halftime. Like I mean, not at halftime. They're getting the ball as soon as they get the rebound. Off. They're
And
running.
it's
just in case it's not slander.
Yeah, it's not slander to anybody. Like it's not, especially, well, it's not slander to people that play basketball and want to do it for a living, or that think that they're better than other people and want to be able to like perfect their craft. It's not slander to that at all. I think there is like validity to wanting to be good at something, even if you're not in the top percentile, and forging your way to the top percentile throughout your career. I think that is perfectly fine. I'm not trying to put down people for having dreams, and I'm also not saying you're a shithead if you think that you're better than people. I think that your ego is probably going to be something that keeps you from developing as a person, like emotionally and physically even, because you won't
exactly.
see your blind sides. But
I mean, like at a certain point,
Yeah.
half of being like, if you want to go pro at something, if you want to be, again, you want to be in that 1% of 1%, learning to lose is number one.
yeah,
And that's what transphobes kind of just sort of don't get. Any of them, even the people who are like in the actual sport themselves and like, that shitty, I'm the fastest woman in Connecticut lady who
Yeah.
lost like a college track team meet to a trans woman. And by that, I mean, she came in 6th place. She was legitimately beaten by 4 other cis women.
yeah.
If that trans woman was not there, she still would have lost. You would not have made it to podium if the trans woman wasn't there. That's simply not a thing that would have happened.
I don't know. I even think about this, and this is off topic, but with like Neil Armstrong and everything. You know how many people doped up? Like
That's
in
the other part
yeah.
of it. There's other ways to just
Yeah.
like not be meritocratic or to cheat in sports besides
Yeah.
transitioning, a thing that can take
Public
years to go through.
ostracization.
gotta
If you're not
take-
actually trans and you don't feel that you're comfortable in your body, but you're doing a transitioning, you could ruin your body forever, like in many ways, especially if you go about it in an illegal way or through the internet or through unverified medical ways.
Yeah.
Like, and then 2, what do you gain? What do you a trophy? Are people that brain dead? Nobody would ever. I feel like the people that would do that are dumb enough to get caught that they're not actually transitioned.
It's
you know
just,
what I mean?
it's
Or transitioning.
conspiracy brain and not really understanding how competition or sports or the world works. Period. That you're implanting this insane logic onto this other person for effectively no reason.
And I love my family, but goddamn, I'm never telling them like ever that Maxie or Smuggy's trans, because it's just so fucking annoying to explain to them the level or the hoops that I have to jump through for them to be a normal fucking person.
Yeah, yeah.
And like, you know, I don't love that part of the family as much as, you know, I do like if I told my uncle's son that he was trans, he would be like, oh, okay. You know, nothing weird, not against it. If I told, you know, his daughter, nothing weird, nothing against it. But I don't know about him, because this is the same motherfucker that will come out there and be like this. He'll be like this. What are you ordering? I'm ordering a Heineken because I'm not drinking that gay beer. Literally
That
the
homosexual
same dude,
beer.
the gay juice beer. He thinks that Bud Light like sponsors gay people now.
It's like I said, the radioactive isotope that turns you gay, the aluminum can, is now a gay pill that will make you gay
This is
forever.
like a successful dude. This isn't some backwoods dude. And I was at a lavender farm. I went to that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I went to a lavender farm. Farm, and there was a guy there, like an old. I'd think that he was Cuban. I think he was Cuban, an old Cuban man, darker skinned Cuban man, who, I think his accent was, I don't know, I could just be making it up, but some Latin American, you know, whatever. You get what I'm saying. Yeah, heavy accent. And he came out and he was talking to us and he asked, "Oh, is there a restaurant nearby here?" And we're like, "Oh, I don't know." And then he starts talking about, to kids near us, he starts talking about how, oh, well, you better not let those kids, like, you know, go to public school because they're going to turn out to be gay, you know? Or, like, they're going to want to be a man.
They're teaching it to kids now.
And I'm like, what? And, like, the mom's like, what are you, just, she's at a lavender farm in the middle of nowhere. In the middle of North Carolina, this dude's talking about trans
It would be in North
people.
Carolina too, man.
Yeah, it's these people trans people talking about trans people in the middle of North Carolina, in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Why are you talking about this? You are a grown man who is like in his 70s.
Because at a certain point, I think like that's all they do is just it's a hobby to get that mad. You want to get angry because you don't know what to do with your life if you're not constantly angry and paranoid about everything.
But how can you see these two beautiful children that are so pure and innocent, and the first thing that goes through your mind is, you better not let them go to public school because they're going to tell them they can be a woman. They can be a man if they wanted to.
I mean, they think the same way in the other direction, but that's just, again, it's paranoia brain.
I know, but you know what I mean? It's like they have no sanctity of life. They have no care.
Well, that's what conservatism is anyway. There's no sanctity of life under conservatism anyway. Like if you describe the shit that Ronald Reagan did to Latin America to a conservative, they'd be like, good.
Yeah,
it's cool and good that he did that. I love murder. Because they do. They love murder. They love making people's lives miserable. That's the only thing that they get up in the morning to do.
It's just...
and that's half of like trans people too. Like they like to... Transphobes especially love to do the thing where they're like, I'm very righteous. I care about women's rights. I'm keeping women safe. I'm protecting women's spaces. Yeah. But if you dress in a way that I don't like, you are in fact an evil person who needs to be executed by the state.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it just got to me because like I'm hearing it so much because of the Florida shit and the the worldwide, the national shit basically.
Yeah, I mean like somebody made the bit about like, you know, most NATO countries right now are going through like a brain dead anti-gay paranoia wave again. Effectively.
Crazy.
Like, you know,
it's gotta be, look,
I mean, it is kind of like a lot of it comes from like the conservative media machine has latched onto this issue because it's the only thing they have left to latch on to.
Yeah, it's gotta be the
Trump administration, for all of its faults, has also effectively proven that conservative ideology doesn't do anything constructive. It can't get anything done. It can't fix any of the problems. It won't fix the roads. It's not going to fix our public infrastructure failing. It's not going to fix the sewer or the water or any of that shit. Privatizing doesn't do a goddamn thing. We're not building trains or better roads or better cars under conservatism. The only thing we have left is to make every human being alive miserable forever.
And I guess it's all like Rupert Murdoch's like money machine just counting up, and like politicians being handed money, which is why it's all like, you know, public, and church pastors being handed money.
And generally people driving themselves insane over this. Like the idea that like somebody that you know that you see in public might be harboring a secret against you is for some reason like the private lives of others drives them insane.
Yeah.
It's not that what they claim to say, like, they're shoving it in my face. It's like, no, they just live. They're living and they're alive, and you hate that they're alive.
They're just existing in front of you.
The ability to not control every other human being around you like they're a sim is infuriating to conservatives.
I guess that's maybe why, like, conservative ideology has never, one, appealed to me, and two, never, like, even seemed remotely, like, viable of an option. Mm-hmm. Because I hate people. I don't want to be in control of their lives. I don't want to be around them. I just don't want to be around people. Like and conservatives have this tick in their brain where they have to socialize with people. They have to say their opinion to people in some way. Mm-hmm. I mean, I know this is real, like, you know, gold coming from a guy with a podcast. But like at the same time, it's like, it's true. I hate like so many people I meet, not because of who they are physically or their religious ideologies, even if their religious ideologies are oppressive, it's literally because of how they interact with people. And I never want to, one, control them in any way because I don't like them and I want them far away from me as possible. And two, I just, who wakes up, you know, I mean, I know conservatives do, but like, you know, and Democrats, but you know, corporate Democrats do, where they're like, you know, as long as I can get a couple bucks out of this.
It's me, Kamala Harris. Yeah. Inappropriate laughter.
It's, hey, what's up, guys? It's me, Kamala Harris, the former Fed, the former district attorney.
It's me, Andrew Cuomo.
Oh, no.
Are you ready for me to kill your grandparents?
Okay, but yeah, it's just crazy to me that like conservatism relies around this whole like social control. That like, oh, let's kiss. Oh my God. Actually, I think they're right. I think I'm gay now. But no, it's just weird to me that like in the middle of nowhere, and I know they target I'm not an idiot. I know they target these middle of nowhere places because they have less information and less sources for information. But at the same time, it's just crazy that I can't go to like the mountains or like the countryside and just meet like those actual country people who are like, yeah, I don't care what you do, brother. That's all you. You know, just like the middle of nowhere, normal people. Yeah, me and the wife are going to have a soup tomorrow. You want to come by and we'll have soup? And, oh, you're gay? Oh, yeah, bring him by. Bring him by. I don't care. Who cares? It's not my husband. You know, like, where are these people? They don't exist I feel like it's smaller and smaller, where like the normal country people, and it's sad because that's like so much of America is the middle of nowhere bum, you know?
Yeah, the whole land doesn't vote thing, but literally, like, a lot of this is just land in the middle of nowhere. You know, how many people have voted last year in Bath, Virginia?
Yeah.
Like 3,000.
Yeah.
Like literally a huge plot of land with only 3,000 voters in it. Literally the middle of nowhere.
I mean, but that's, I don't know. This isn't a doomer topic so much as I'm just so confused about the next like couple of years when it comes to like every NATO country. Like France is on fire, literally, and like
Poland,
Macron,
you know, Poland, Hungary, especially. You know, Turkey was already bad, but it's getting a lot worse.
The whole thing with Ukraine and Russia going on, like, it's like how much of this shit is going to
Germany, for the first time in a very long time, has a far right wave hitting it.
It doesn't surprise. It feels like I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. And it feels like a psyop. I'm gonna be honest. It feels like a worldwide psyop because all this shit happening at the same time. It feels like there's. I'm not
a
gonna
lot
say there's
of
a collective
people.
organization doing it. I'm gonna say it's Rupert Murdoch doing like 90% of it.
I think like half of it is that, half of it is like people that all thought that they were invincible and that they're never going to die and that life is going to remain the same way it was forever and that Donald Trump somehow improved their life even though it was not, they didn't and didn't change anyway. COVID broke them forever.
Yeah.
Like having to be told from an outside perspective that you can die.
Yeah.
You very well can die. And that you, in order to not die, you need to look to the person next to you and actually work with them and care about other people. Yeah. That breaks them because they don't want to. Well, I don't want to. I want to live in an island on my own. Every man a king, like Mormonism would say.
Well, no, I will say this because I said this earlier. So I just wanted to talk about it, but I just wanted to say it to clarify. I do care about people in the sense of like everybody as a whole collectively. Like I would never see somebody on the side of the road dying and be like, "Oh, I'm just gonna keep driving." Like you know what I mean? Like there's a difference to my caring. My caring is I'm not trying to fix people. Like if people have these weird bigoted ideologies or I don't like something about them as a person, I would never go, "Hey, you know what? It's my job to tell them." And I mean, I can tell people they're like a Nazi and they get lost.
You know.
But that's. I just wanted to clarify that. But here you go. Back to you.
I forgot.
Hell yeah.
Good commentary. Animal
Crackers in my soup.
DJ, drop that shit.
Chim chimney, chim chimney.
Real trap shit. Real trap. Let me hear it back. This one.
Do the Joker beatbox.
This one's for all the players. You put your left foot in.
The only thing that reminds me of that is I did a kind of like a pseudo DJ stint at Radford where I was running the soundboard for this frat dance-off thing.
Hell yeah.
And this frat group had this thing where after like this guy through what was clearly like recorded through like a Gen 1 iPhone, this really bad like compressed thing is like, and this one is for all the ladies, and then like some really dog shit song, like heavy bass boosted remix of some rap song plays, and all the dudes start simultaneously fucking the floor, like humping the floor, and I'm just like, because every other routine, normal dance off kind of like dance routine kind of shit,
They had this plan for weeks.
and these guys were like, you know what the best fucking dance move is? Showing all the ladies how much I can crush the puss.
Birthday sex.
Yeah, it might have been birthday sex. I don't know. It was fucking long time ago.
Play that shit. Hey, this one's for all the ladies. Jason Derulo.
Yeah, it's just like Blurred Line starts playing, but trap remix of Blurred Line starts playing. It's like, oh yeah, that's it. That's that frat shit I'm here for.
This one's to all my gangsters out there. This one's
for all my gays.
Gotta get going.
Like the Gay Bar by Electric Six starts playing.
Gonna take it to him.
Gay bar, gay bar, gay bar, gay bar. Start a nuclear war.
How many of you are
at the gay bar?
It's like at the end. How many of you want to hump the floor to gay bar? How many of you are actually gay?
This one's for all my real hood gangsters.
It just plays the bit in the fucking Lil Nas video where all the dudes are dancing naked in the shower. That's it. That's the bit. This one's for all the ladies out there, and that bit is playing kind of as a compressed GIF in the background while everyone's humping the floor. You should hire me to do your frat dance-off thing. I will make you look like shit, but it will be the funniest goddamn thing your school's ever seen. We've completely derailed off topic.
This one's for if you wake up in the morning and check if your gun's loaded, this is for you. Just listen to the rhythm of my heart.
Like it starts playing put the bottle to his head and pull the trigger at like very loud volume. It's where it's a sad cowboy song where at the end the man and the woman commit suicide.
I imagine going to prom. All right, everybody, now get ready to get close to your loved ones for this one.
He put
Now
a
you do what
bottle
they told
to
ya.
his head and pulled the trigger. It's like, oh man, this is a really fucked up prom.
Yeah, I don't know. You ever watch Creep? That's a good movie.
It's a great movie. You should watch it.
Great movie. I'm definitely not alluding to something.
You can't just do that to the audience.
I can.
We can and we will. We will derail a topic spectacularly and talk about
Yeah.
Creep.
I don't know. How long have we been recording?
Very long time,
Yeah,
actually.
I think
I'm
so.
impressed.
Yeah. All right. Well, how many?
An hour and 18 minutes.
That's good.
Pretty
we'll have
solid.
to cut out like half of this content because it's just slurs.
Yeah, you know, it's
Yeah.
been expletive. It's explicit threats against Ron DeSantis. I'm going to make you
Yeah.
eat pudding, Ron.
No, that was his 3 fingers. Do you think Ron DeSantis actually ate pudding with 3 fingers?
Yes.
Really?
I look
Yeah.
at that dude and I'm like, yeah, that's a guy who ate pudding with 3 fingers.
Have you ever just like sucked all the Jello out of a Jello cup?
Yeah, of course.
Yes, but I am a low-class dork, and Ron DeSantis is a rich guy who tortured people in Guantanamo
Putting with
Bay.
your fingers is much different than what I'm talking about. But I was just thinking about other like children's foods.
Yeah, I think eating pudding with your fingers is something a guy who's
But, like-
afraid of trans people would do.
But like, also eating pudding with your fingers in front of
Other
other
people.
people
Yeah,
that
not
you're
in the
trying to
comfort of your
get
home.
to pay you
I could
money.
Okay, maybe I could see eating pudding with your fingers if you were in your own home. I could see it.
Yeah, I think.
Well, yeah, if no one's judging me, I'm gonna just drink
I
the
don't
pudding
care.
out
Yeah,
of the
I
bowl.
don't care. Yeah.
more classy than doing it with your fingers.
Do you think Florida's going?
This is what good pussy sounds like.
You have killed Chase's soul.
Jesus
Again,
Christ.
2 episodes in a row, we've killed Chase's soul.
I am too asexual for this, dude. Dude, yeah, I just died. My soul. I feel like you know when you know in Soul when his soul leaves his body when he dies.
Yeah, he
and
starts
falls
playing
down?
jazz?
Yeah. Well, no, that's not what I was.